Hello, Mr. Schuler. Could you just give us a small introduction of yourself and what you're doing in your office?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, my name is Roland Schuler. I'm the technical director of Peek and Kloppenburg in Düsseldorf and in charge of the entire technical product development of the internal Peek and Kloppenburg brands of the company.
Okay. So, could you maybe explain to us and to the people who don't know what the Department of Technical Product Management looks like and what you do in there in this department?
First of all, maybe I have to explain what does it means technical product management or technical product development. This means the entire development of collections of the PNC brands. Means on one hand side technical design means as a part of people who are doing technical design means all constructions for patterns and fit issues, and on the other hand technical engineers as people who are taking care about workmanship in the period of product development.
Mhm. And could you maybe explain to us what sustainability in fashion means to you personally and what it is for the company?
Yeah, sustainability for the product development department means that we have to take care in all terms of sustainability in terms of production, development, and delivery. These are the main issues in terms of sustainability. Means as soon as we develop a product, we have to take care that we need as less emissions as possible, and on the other hand, as soon as we produce and deliver the goods, that we also use as less as possible on emissions.
Mhm. And what is your company doing in general to make fashion more sustainable?
To set everything to take care that we use as less as possible on emissions.
Mhm. And do you also work with recycled fabrics?
Yes, we do. And I recognize that the part of recycled fabrics is getting more and more. But I have to say, I cannot imagine that in the future we will have 100% bunch of recycled materials. We will always need natural materials without a recycled effect, but recycling will always be a part in the future of product development.
Okay. And does the sustainability of fashion also affect the renouncement of trends so that there have to be less trends and less trends followed by the companies who produce?
No, in my opinion, there is no influence in terms of trends because of sustainability. Trends is a very important issue or an indicator for fashion. Means we have to deliver trends to our final customer. But nowadays, sustainability is coming on top of trends. Means the challenge will be in the future that we create trends included sustainability. This will be the future.
Okay. And when we talk about future, what does fashion look like for you in the future? How do you explain to yourself how we will have fashion?
I think that fashion always will exist, but the way how we do fashion in the future will be completely different to today. Um, Today we have a process where teams as we are, we develop collections, we produce collections, and afterwards we hope that our final customer will buy the collections. I think that with the new technology we are able to use during the digitization, we will be able in the future to involve the final customer more in the product development part, and that we have the chance to produce after sales. Means the final customer will be part of the development of its own product, and his product will be produced after he after sales finally. And this is exactly the different situation to today, and is forced by the new technology of product development.
Yeah, so the new technology is a chance.
Absolutely.
And does Pico Kloppenburg, where does Pico Kloppenburg produce their clothes?
Because of the fact that we are a worldwide company, in the meanwhile, we are producing worldwide. Means a big market for us is Asia, of course, from China to Vietnam and so on, Bangladesh as well, and Eastern Europe, for example. All these countries like Bulgaria, Romania, and these countries are very important for us. And a small part we are producing in Europe, means in Italy as well, and in Portugal. And yeah, that's the range of producers.
Mhm. And do you also pay attention to which manufacturers you get your materials from? So it is, in my opinion, important to
Of
have.
course, it's important. In that case, we are owners of three different sourcing agencies, of our own sourcing agencies. One in Hong Kong, the other one in Bangladesh, and the third one in Turkey, in Istanbul. And these sourcing offices are really taking care what is the right supplier, how is sustainability involved in that industry, and therefore, yes, we are taking care about that.
Mhm. And just a general question, what is your opinion on fast fashion, which is become very, very important in the last century?
Yes, fast fashion is something what came up during the last years and
Yeah.
decades because of the fact that based on social media, young customers are uh, believe in a quick response of their needs. Means the suppliers, they were forced to push new collections into the market, and therefore the name fast fashion. Mean these companies, mostly coming from the low price and medium price segment, these companies are producing in the meanwhile more than 12 collections a year, so that every single month new collections will be in the store to influence the final customer and to animate the final customer to buy. For the final customer, it sounds good, but on the other hand, if you see our warehouses, nowadays we have a very high pressure on the warehouse, because you can imagine if every month is coming new stuff from Eastern Europe, from Asia into the warehouse. On the other angle, it has to flow through our shop floor. Means the customer has to buy, because otherwise we have a problem. And therefore, it's a system which is really tricky, and I think which is not really helpful for the future.
Yeah, and maybe also the COVID crisis is putting pressure on this
Absolutely,
case.
absolutely.
And is Peek and Kloppenburg using climate neutral shopping, or is trying to improve sustainability in terms of how fashion is getting delivered to your house?
Means we are taking care about more or less everything. It's nowadays it's impossible to deliver neutral, but we are taking care as much as possible to bring the goods with less emissions as possible to our final customer. This is what we are trying to do, and we are trying to be better and better every day.
And also, what are you planning to change in the company in terms of sustainability in this near future?
In the meanwhile, sustainability is one of our major projects within our company. Means um, just shortly, we created a centralized sustainability department who is taking care about sustainability overall over the entire company. Means sustainability is not longer just placed in different departments, nor is centralized within the organization, and they are working with a special offices to implement sustainability.
Okay, and the last question is about clothes being transported all around the world and produced in Asia, for example, due to outsourcing. And of course, this is not good for the environment. So, do you believe that there are possibilities to reduce the CO2 emissions through reducing the transport of sample parts sent from Asia, to reduce this amount to help sustainability?
Yes, there are solutions. In the meanwhile, because of digitization, we have technologies who are able to simulate garments, for example. Just to explain the old process we had. The old process in the fashion industry was that a designer made a sketch, sent the sketch to Asia to produce the first prototype. And then they send the prototype after 2 or 3 weeks back to Germany. We will have a look on the prototype, and then we do our alignments and our modifications, and they will do a second sample. They send a second sample 3 weeks later again to Germany, and this is the process until the stage where we said, okay, now it's fine, now we can produce. In the meanwhile, the technology is so far away that we can say, okay, we simulate the garment. We do not need a haptical garment sewn by our supplier in Asia. No, we can simulate the garment via software. We can simulate the appearance of fabric. We can simulate the fit. We can simulate the final customer who's wearing the garment.
Yeah.
And that's the way how we getting much faster. We are getting much more detailed, and we need less emissions in terms of product development.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.